Would you consider yourself an expert?
I hate using the word expert because I sometimes just feel like I'm swimming in a sea of books that I haven't read, so I'm always hesitant. Incidentally, have y'all watched the recent debate with Wes Huff and Bill? His name has just left my head.
Is it recent?
Yeah, it was very recent. Please forgive me if I haven't got that right, but he has gone around for years just trashing Christianity and has postured himself as an expert in manuscripts.
Yeah.
And a few weeks ago, Wes Huff, who is Canadian, just got his PhD. He doesn't call himself a textual critic. He calls himself an expert in scholar literature. It was such a devastating exchange that it was so embarrassing to Billy that he is now suing those who put up the debate. And he's actually made things far worse. The reason I'm saying this is you need to be very careful before you stand up and say, I'm an expert in this. For example, he called himself an expert in text criticism. I took 5 semesters of Greek at Dallas Seminary. My 3rd semester, we studied textual criticism. I studied under Dan Wallace, who's one of the world premier scholars in this area. I know how to read the apparatus at the bottom of a Greek New Testament. I've just finished a book on textual criticism. I keep up in this, and I am by no means an expert. What does it take to be an expert? You have to actually touch manuscripts.
Yeah.
You actually have to go on an archaeological dig. You have to contribute to the literature. You have to rub shoulders with other experts. You have to have them say, oh, he's a great guy. He knows what he's talking about. And he doesn't know anything. He actually, and this is really funny, I think, he mentioned the Sinai Bible. And I'm sitting there going, I've been studying the Bible for like 40 years. I've never heard of this Sinai Bible. And I've learned that when I got my PhD, no one put a halo on my head where all knowledge was just, and one of the things that I've always been embarrassed of is I'll go 10, 20 years after getting my PhD, it's like, I never knew that. And I've been studying this for a long time. So it's always embarrassing, it's like, gosh, how did I not know that? So I'm like, okay, I guess there was a Sinai Bible. Well, it turns out that he was confused, as Wes beautifully illustrated. He mixed up Sinai Bible with Codex Sinaiticus. Codex Sinaiticus, as I like to pronounce it. It was clear that he not only did not know that there was no such thing as a Sinai Bible, but there was a thing called Codex Sinaiticus or Sinaiticus. But he was teaching that the crucifixion is not in that text, that it denies the crucifixion. And as we know, that's the one fact about Jesus that everybody agrees on, except for Muslims. But everybody else agrees that Jesus was crucified. So anyways, I tell that story, to let everyone know. They should get on and watch that debate because it is a really good lesson on how you should posture yourself as some expert when you don't know what you're talking about, and how well the Christian faith, and this is the more important point, can stand up to criticism. And it doesn't take a whole lot of learning for Christians to just learn a few things to be able to share with people when they're sharing the gospel in this community, when they're out and about. I think that Christians are very hesitant to do that because they're just not confident in what they know. And you don't have to be confident in what you know. All you have to know are just a few facts, and you can actually be boldly witness to the truth.